Good evening to one and all. Something a little bit different this evening for you guys. So as you all know, some of you know, not all of you know, that I was actually giving Yvette Fielding's The Witches of Pendle Hill book away, signed by Yvette herself. Here we go. So, to get your hands on this beautiful book, all you had to do is email me, whether it be a little story, whether it be a ghost story, whether it be just stating why you would like the book. So this evening we are going to run through some of those emails. Getting a little bit spooky vibe going on here. So in no particular order, let's read some of these. So I'm not going to be saying names. Or could I say names? I might say the first name, but I'm not going to be saying second names. So let's get this started. Hi Mazzy. Firstly, can I say that it's so nice of you to offer Yvette Fielding's book as a giveaway, especially as it would mean a lot to you. I like you. I love Yvette. I followed her as I've been growing up. She is the same age as me and people say I actually look like her. Ooh, spooky. I loved her when she presented City Hospital. This was particularly poignant. I don't know how to say that word. Poignant. As I am a nurse and could emphasise with her in some of the difficult situations, Mazzy. I would love to be given her book, as we have a book club in the nurses' tea room for during our breaks. I'm retiring in December after 37 years of working in the NHS. Well done. Hats off to you. And I'd love to donate the book to our theatre department. I'd happily pay the cost for the P&P, which I'd send in the way of a super chat. Thank you for reading this email, and even if I don't receive the book, I wish whoever gets it all the best and congratulations. Hope you managed to get your leaky roof issues sorted. Lots of love and happiness. Diane. Age 55, laugh out loud. So thank you very much, Diane. Right, let's move on. Now I have actually read a few of these, not all of them. A lot of these I haven't opened yet. And I just wish I had a lot more books to give away. This is going to be so difficult. I didn't realise this was going to be so difficult. When I did the giveaway on the cowboy boots, I only actually, I think, had one person email me. So I thought this was going to be an easy giveaway. Right, moving on. This is a ghost story. I don't really know where to start. In 2016, we lost our post office to the Horizon System scandal. We had lost everything. My husband came across Travel Trolls on YouTube and we have watched you ever since. Thank you. You and Dan were the inspiration we needed to buy a van. Ooh. And live full time in it, as this was the only option we had. I know that situation. I can't explain what happened to me, if it was due to stress or if it was real, but it definitely felt real. Something used to be over me. This something used to be over me at night. This horrible thing that was evil in brown cloth with a horrible, horrible face. And what would you say was a body? When we left our home to move into the van, it never visited again. I just want to say, if we hadn't have seen you on YouTube, we probably would never have taken the plunge. Well done for taking the plunge. I am a big believer in the spiritual world, and we would love to meet you and Dan one day. I just thank God that you were the ones in our life It was so awful, which was there. Ooh, I just thank God you were there when our life was so awful. Oh, bless you. And your vlogs kept us going. We would never ever move into a house again. We love our life and we work as a campsite wardens now. Well done, and love it. We hopefully will bump into you one day, and hopefully we can take you for a drink. Thank you again, Joe. Thank you, Joe. What a wonderful, scary story. I'm so happy to hear now you're out of that situation. And good luck with the travels in your new van. And thank you so much for all the years of support too. Let's move on to the next one. Hi, Mazzy. I love your vlogs. My ears picked up when you mentioned a Vet Fielding book. I work as a volunteer at Rutford Old Hall, where she did The Most Haunted live, and would love to read it. I love to watch you and look forward to your posts. Alison. Thank you, Alison. Rutford Old Hall. Now, I've got a feeling maybe me and Dan might have been there. We definitely went to somewhere where the whole team had been to once before. Got a feeling it might have been there. Well, thank you very much, Alison. Let's move on to the next one. Hi, Mazzy. I love your videos. You always make me smile and brighten my day. It would be great if I could receive your book, The Witches of Pendle, as I would really enjoy reading it. Love, Lulu. Thank you, Lulu. And sending a kiss to you too. Let's move on to the next one. Hi, Mazzy. Hope you and Dan are okay after receiving your sad news. Bless you. We are. Thank you very much for asking. I've just watched last night's vlog and would like a chance to win the signed Vet Fielding book to give to my mum. She loves Most Haunted and has watched it for years. Even when Derek Akora was in it. I lost my dad in January and think it would be a good giveaway to me mum, something to occupy her for a while. I'm so sorry for your loss. Hearts and prayers goes out to you. Give to my mum something to occupy her for a while. Love the channels. Keep up the great work. Take care. Nicola. Thank you, Nicola. And what a sad story. I'm so sorry to hear the loss of your father. And sending hugs and prayers to your mum too. Let's move on to the next. Hi, Mazzy. I hope you don't mind me asking, but can I have the book, please? My wife and myself have been on our bums financially this year, basically because of the disease that we all went through in the last couple of years. I had to change a few words there. And the risk of it coming back again. We just celebrated our 34 years married on the 7th of October. Congratulations. That's a long time. Spookily long time. And I couldn't even afford a card. Oh, I'm so sorry. She is a massive fan of Most Haunted and can see Pendle Hill from our bedroom window. So again, she is into witches as well. This would make up for the last 12 months we have been through. If you can find another email more deserving, it doesn't matter. Just I know she would love it. Kind regards, David. Thank you, David. And congratulations, and sending massive kisses to your wife, beautiful wife too. And thank you very much for the email. That's an amazing view to have out your window. Pendle Hill. Let's move on. Hi Mazzy. I'm Holly. First of all, I love your videos. They always make me smile. Thank you. And thank you for that. I would really love to read the book. My sister and I used to watch Most Haunted together constantly when I was younger. She's the reason I got into all things spiritual. She's like a mum, as mine isn't that great. I'm so sorry to hear that. So Most Haunted brings me fond memories. I'd love to read it and then give it to her, as she is the reason I love spirits, witches and angels, etc. It would mean the world to me. Thank you for the opportunity. Love, Holly. And thank you for the email, Holly. I absolutely appreciate it. And it's so lovely to hear that you have a loving, bonding relationship with your sister. Sending hugs and kisses to you both too. Let's move on to the next. Hi Mazzy. My sister absolutely loves Most Haunted and Yvette Fielding and would love this signed book for her. She does so much for all the family and other people and never asks for anything for herself. On the haunted side, as we were growing up, there is a gold Albert chain which gets handed down to the oldest son. And when our granddad passed away, our nana didn't hand the family their heirloom straight to our dad. And until she gave it to him, our granddad often used to visit our house, but stopped as soon as our nana gave our dad the chain. I never saw him again. I never saw him myself, sorry. But my oldest brother once jumped out the bedroom window because he said he saw him and it frightened the life out of him. Which frightened the life out of me. And thank you so much for all your vlogs. We're busy binge watching your old ones. Sending love and big hugs to you and Dan. And on his sad loss. Thank you very much. I think this is from Janet. What an amazing story. That would freak me out too. Let's move on. Hi Mazzy. Years ago, when Most Haunted started on the TV with Yvette Fielding, me and my best friend used to watch it religiously every episode. I actually remember watching Pendle Hill with the witches. It was brilliant, one of the best they did. I always thought if I was to go on the Most Haunted, it would be there and it would really be good for my friend has actually done and it would be good. My friend has actually done a Most Haunted. Spooky. A Most Haunted experience with Carl and Yvette, as you can book to do them overnight. That's interesting. They gave a Facebook page. I would love to book one, but my best friend is terminally ill now. I'm so sorry. Sending hearts and prayers and wishing her all the best. That's for me. I'll now won't go without her, but think the book would be very exciting to read. But I would give it to my friend to read first, and I'll read it after her. That is so loving, Mandy. That is such lovely memories and of your childhood with your best friend, and the love that you have there for your best friend is amazing. You're the kindest friend ever. Let's move on to the next. Hi Mazzy. I have attached a link to my ghostly short story for you that I wrote a few weeks ago. I would love to win the book, which after reading I would pass on to a neighbour. Hopefully the link will work. Bay Johnson. Mrs. Wasted Hippie. What a cool name. Thank you so much. I'll click onto the link. For it was that Constance did nothing to deserve such a sense of trepidation. The death of Uncle Anthony was not of her doing, and the poison found under her shawl must have been placed there by one of the maids. For that she was certain. She was also certain that if she did not clear her name, sometime soon she would be undoubtedly face the hangman's noose. She wondered if it would be a public execution. Would hard-faced womenfolk in well-worn clothing knit and salviate? Would others mutter, "Show is over now, let's have an ale or two, and down at the Ship Inn"? Would they then dance on the tabletops and flash their drawers because they had a jolly good afternoon, watching me swing, making man so dreadfully dark in certain places, yet be so kind in others? She pondered. The kind policeman did offer her a little hope. He seemed to understand her wretchedness, and had a little understanding, or so she thought. He had brought her sweet tea and gingerbread. That time she had sat with him. She had felt in his eyes bored into her soul, almost as if he was there with her. On that fateful night, she sensed that he understood. Uncle Anthony had been suffering from a fever for a while. She had sought the physician who had travelled far enough that she had had to provide him with a bed for the night, an evening supper and a cold breakfast plate. Yes, she tried some of her trusted remedies, and fever few and lungwort to name but two, but she had not poisoned her uncle. She had not poisoned her uncle. Granted, he was mean, a proper curmudgeon with a cruel, cold heart, but Constance had only been biding her time with him until her father returned home. It had been several years now, and although he wrote to her often, she did not sense that any return was imminent. Jane had arrived that some evening, simply turned up on the doorstep unannounced and sat herself down to warm by the fire. She looked perished, having not seen or spoken to her cousin for more than a year. Constance found the situation more than disconcerting, but tried her utmost best to show it in her manner. Offering her hot milk, bread, and a little cheese, for she appeared famished and somewhat malnutritioned. She was relieved when Jane began to speak in a less confrontational tone. It appeared that she had fallen upon hard times and was in need of a place to stay, unable to offer her anything more than just a few days. Until she thought of a way to approach her uncle, she was more than a little shocked that her cousin's indignation. In fact, the two young women were at odds with each other for the rest of the evening until they retired to bed. The snow fell hard outside as the wind howled through the windows. The following morning, Uncle Anthony was found dead in his bed. The police suspected that it was death by poisoning, and Constance was arrested and escorted to the jailhouse, where she pleaded her innocence, and the kind policeman agreed to send for cousin Jane in order so she could bring her things that she needed to seek for her lawyer. But she did not come. Constance could not help but wonder if Jane had something to do with her uncle's death. Having inquired several times, as yet visited, she was dumbstruck upon hearing, "Miss Littleton, we have sought your cousin, Miss Edwards, as you have asked. Having called at the residence where you lived with your late uncle, we found no one to be there. All was as you left it, there being no indication of no visitor. But she sat with me that night before my uncle's passing. She had very few belongings and seemed extremely fragile, both in body and mind. I'm sure that she must still be there. Would you not please call again? Miss Littleton, we have investigated further on your behalf. For what you face is death by execution, should you be found guilty of poisoning your uncle. But I did not do it. You must believe me. Maybe it was Jane. Miss Littleton, Miss Jane Edwards has been deceased since January. And that's her grave. There we go. What a wonderful story. You definitely tested my English there. My pronunciation of words. That was a wonderful story. Thank you very much. Let's move on to the next. Oh my God, Mazzy, that book is awesome. Me and my mum would always watch Most Haunted, and we would watch Spirits and Wine. And their own family spin-off. Never heard of that show. We are huge fans of them and would gift it to my mum for Christmas, as I know how much she struggles working 2 part-time jobs and care for my special needs brother. I'm so sorry to hear about that, and heart goes out to your mother for being strong and sticking by the family and pulling you all together close with all the love you have. But she never complains and works so hard, so a gift like that would mean the world to her, as she has every episode of her Most Haunted on DVD. I remember our old house being haunted, where my mum had boxes of VHS tapes and CDs in the attic. But one day we heard a massive bang, and my mum went to open the loft door, the attic door, and all the CDs and VHS tapes fell through. We never understood how can a heavy box just tip up on its own. It was balanced on everything, not something a breeze would knock over. There were so many creepy things that happened in that house that we can't explain. But to tell it would be like a novel. Maybe if you write a novel, I would love your book. Anyway, whoever wins the book, good luck to them, and I hope you and Dan are okay, and I'm so sorry about the sad loss of your news. Best wishes and much love to you both, Emma. Thank you, Emma. Really appreciate your email, and it's lovely to hear that you have such a tight-knit, loving family. Let's move on to the next. Hello, beautiful lady. I have watched Most Haunted from the very first episode and was hooked. I used to buy picky food and light candles on the live shows and sit there with my old dog. Went over the Rainbow Bridge a long time ago, munching food and hiding behind the cushions with Jasper the dog. My old flat was haunted, I think by a child. The area I came from has lots of old coal mines and tunnels that run very close to my flat. One day I was stood in the hallway and my hairbrush flew out of the bedroom and landed around the corner, witnessed by 3 other people. While there were footsteps and knocking most nights, and in the day nothing really bad happened. One day my dog ran up to the porch door and the door opened and my dog walked up to the hallway with his tail wagging, looking and jumping, all excited as if someone had just come in, but no one was there. It's a bit spooky, that one. People have said, oh, the handle dropped and that's how the door opened. But the handle had been put upside down. You had to lift the handle to open the door. And who did the Jasper dog see? I have seen the shadow of a child in my big mirror. And the cupboards open as if I've walked into the kitchen. As I've walked into the kitchen. That's spooky. One night, not long before I moved out, I was in bed looking around, thinking about all the fun times I've had in the flat, and said out loud, "I'm gonna miss you, flat." And then I heard a sigh, followed by a whisper. The whisper said goodbye, followed by a bang. Don't know what the bang was. I think it might have been the door shutting after themselves. I miss my ghost and do wonder if the people living there now are here with him or her, or if the ghost left and that was what the bang was. Not very scary, but true story. You can read this out if you like. Lots of love, Liz. Thank you, Liz. That actually was quite a freaky story. It was almost like it had departed the day you departed your flat. Let's move on to the next. Happy Halloween. Thank you, Dawn. That's all she said. Happy Halloween. Thank you, Dawn. You too, happy Halloween. Hey, Mazzy. Me and my wife have also met Yvette Fielding and Carl at an all-night vigil at Pleasley Mills near Mansfield, and did a recording on the E4 as a pilot episode. Wow! Was an amazing experience. Saw things I will never be able to explain, and looking back now still baffles us to this day. It was in the days when Derek Core was alive, who was also present in that evening. Lucky you, I would love to have met in Derek Core. With regards to Pendle Hill, we have visited that site twice. We will never again. There is definitely a dark aura about the area itself. Anyway, I'm glad you enjoyed your night recently with the team. I certainly did. Thank you. And would be honoured if you would consider me to be the keeper of your signed book. It would be treasured as an avid fan of Yvette, and also coming from yourself. Thank you. Makes me feel special. Thank you. Stay safe and take care, and keep up the great work. Dan and Liz. Thank you, Dan and Liz. You're very lucky. Yes, I'd love to go to Pendle Hill myself. I've never been there. And to do a pilot episode with the team, that was a special moment. Let's move on to the next. Hi, Mazzy. Just watched your vlog. Great work as usual. Thank you. I have watched Most Haunted for years. Catch up with them on YouTube now and again, as it's not on TV. Also going to see them in March. So it was nice that you didn't put any spoilers out. I made sure not to put any spoilers out, and I hope you have fun. As for the strange happenings, my beautiful late Nan was old school. Had a Sunday bath and she always smelt of roses. Anyway, she died before my house was even built. But I woke up one morning and I could smell roses. Just how she used to smell, and there was no roses in my house. So who knows? Maybe she was just letting me know she was around. Keep up the good work. Take care. Lorraine. Thank you, Lorraine. And it's lovely to hear that maybe you are getting visited by your loved one, your beautiful Nan. That's actually a treasured moment. Let's move on to the next. Hi, Mazzy. Love watching you and Dan. You always make my day. Thank you. I would love the book because my wife loved Most Haunted and would love to read the book. It's our wedding anniversary coming up, so it would be a great gift for her to keep up the good work. Oh, it would be a great gift for her. Keep up the good work. You and Dan do so much. Love, Terry Boyce. Thank you, Terry. And congratulations on your wedding anniversary coming up very soon. Let's move on to the next. Oh my God. So jealous. Both me and my daughter have watched Most Haunted since it first started. I would love to have gone to see them. Bet you had the best time. I did, thank you very much. We also love to read about the witches of Pendle Hill. I cannot get out as much as I used to now as I have lupus. I'm so sorry to hear that. Hope Dan and his family are okay after the bad news. Thank you. He's doing fine. Thank you very much for asking. Take care and stay safe. Lots of love. I think it might be Suzanne. So thank you very much. Moving on. So that's it. Thank you all so very much for your kind emails. And I'm so sorry that I don't have enough to share and pass around to you all. I wasn't expecting this wonderful response, if I'm honest. Next time I go and see a vet fielding or do anything like that, I will be sure to pick up more than one of whatever I'm doing. So this is the time now where I'm going to, it's not a winner, it was never a competition, I just want to put this out there. And I would love to give you all one. I genuinely would. All your stories were fantastic. I love the ghost stories, you know, and my heart goes out to all the loving stories as well. And I would love to help you all. But I'm going to pick this one person. I just feel like this one person, his luck's just not been there, and I know what it's like, you know. Well, we all know what it's like. We're all going through bad times, or have been through bad times in the past, and I just feel like I'd like to send my book to the lovely David. So, David, you know who you are. So I'll reread his message again. Hi Mazzy, I hope you don't mind me asking, but can I have the book please? My wife and myself have been on our bums financially this year between basically because of the disease. I have to change a few words there. And it's on the rise and might be back again. We just celebrated our 34th years of marriage. That's amazing. On the 7th of October, and I couldn't even afford her a card. She is a massive fan of Most Haunted and can see Pendle Hill from her bedroom window. So again, she's into witches as well. And this would make up for the last 12 months we have all been through. If you can find another email more deserving, it doesn't matter. Just to let you know that I would love it, and kind regards, David. There was absolutely, all your emails were all deserving, and this is why it was heartbreaking to just pick one. So I've picked you, David, and I hope your wife is going to enjoy the book, and I'll get that sent out as soon as possible. And funny enough, you're the only one that did it, but you actually sent your address as well, so I will get that sent out. So I hope you like this little episode of the spookiness going on tonight. I enjoyed that. I wasn't expecting such a wonderful and marvellous response from you all. So take care. Till the next time. Stay safe.